what it is. Man, it's been a rough, it's been a wild ride, haven't it? Yeah, damn. This shit been a wild motherfucking ride, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't lie. Man, crazy. Look, I call my homeboy right as it's happening. On some regular shit. They're like, man, you on the motherfucking news, sure? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That nigga said, man, you on the news, man. Turned the volume all the way up. I said, oh shit. Yo, but I'm gonna talk about that. Because they did that to the wrong person, man. And we always, and it's crazy, yo, how we always talk about how the news spin a narrative. Yo, they spent the shit out that narrative, yo. Yo, the most important thing I've been saying, if you want to take anything from what I'm saying, I like how Fenton, the guy I talked to at the Baltimore Examiner, I like how he did it, even though he put my name there, but everybody know my name anyway, so that shit ain't about nothing. But I don't like how the news, ran that coverage. Because like I said, they made it seem like my whole video was just calling Sosa a rat. Yo, my video wasn't about that. Not for real. That wasn't the most important part of the video. The most important part of the video, and what should have been highlighted, was the fact that you got whiny Sosa, right? Who participated in the streets to whatever degree. To whatever degree. You got all these situations happening around him, happening to him. He the only one to make it out. But when he made it out, he ain't take nobody with him. So now Sosa is out of this situation for years at this point. Ain't no telling how long Sosa been out of Baltimore, man. For years, he been out of this situation. After he created a hazardous situation back home. Left people there. Everybody. He only one gone. Years later, he do something that if he was gonna go this route, he could have did back then, and things probably would have been different. I think that was the important part of what I'm saying, y'all. It ain't about Sosa telling. It was gonna get revealed that Sosa was telling anyway. He was getting on the stand. It was coming out wherever it came out the day or tomorrow. You feel me? The most important part is, Sosa, you could have been did that, bro. Sosa, and I'm not vouching for rats. I'm saying if he was already going that route, Sosa has a tendency of worrying about himself, man. Sosa is dangerous. He shouldn't even be credible. He's dangerous, man. He created all these situations that affect other people. Now, years later, when he's out of the situation, he is now creating another situation that could affect other people. And hopefully it don't. I swear to God, I pray it don't. Because don't nobody need to... Sosa got to deal with his own demons. I'm sure he dealing with them. Sosa waited until he was under indictment. All these years, all these alleged shootings and murders and all of these things that's alleged that happened around this name, he waited until he was under indictment to flip the table over. That's the most important part about this shit. Instead of painting Sosa as a victim, man, Sosa a fucking slime ball, man. That's what Sosa is. He wait till he go to Alabama. Ain't nobody tell Sosa to get locked up in Alabama, man. Whatever you was in Alabama for, I don't know if it was witness protection or you just moved. But he goes to Alabama and end up in a situation out there. It's like, goddamn, he can't go nowhere. It's like, yo, wherever he go, there's a problem. But the news tried to paint him out like a victim in all of this. And at one point in time, I viewed Sosa as a victim. But now, yo, Sosa is a fucking manipulator. A master manipulator. Sosa is selfish. He don't care about nobody else. I told y'all, I talked to one of Sosa kids' peoples. Like, yo, he didn't think about nobody when he made this decision. Just like he didn't think about nobody when he was making them decisions in the streets. Nobody. Nobody matters but Sosa. The world revolves around Sosa. Sosa get in situations, other people had to suffer, Sosa back out of it. No, yo, that's fucked up, man. That shit fucked up, yo. And then the news painted a narrative and then showed some of the alleged victims of these guys. I don't know these guys. I don't even know fucking Sosa. But I think I can make an accurate, what you want to call it, description or analysis of how Sosa, who Sosa is, based off of how Sosa been moving. Yo, Sosa been moving wild, man. He been moving wild, y'all. You wait, you get all the way to Alabama, yo, now you want to cooperate on niggas, yo, that's fucked up, bro. And I ain't break no laws. I ain't break no laws. Because I've been saying that online. I ain't do nothing wrong. I don't know none of these people. However them documents got leaked, they got leaked. I don't know. You know, for all I know, they fucking fell on my doorstep. You know, they could have came in a fucking genie in the bottle. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know nobody involved in the case. I don't know the prosecution. I don't know the lawyers. I'm a blogger. And it ain't my job to hold on to information. You understand what I'm saying? It's my job to release the information to the public. I don't know anything about a protective order. You feel me? Like, how the fuck would I knew that? I ain't even know nothing about the case. So I'm sure they probably gonna try to, you know, do things like subpoena, I don't know, wiretaps on the phones and shit like that. Yo, but I don't know where them documents came from. I don't know. Man, what it is. Sosa gonna get some interviews. Yeah, yo, Sosa son, man. I talked to one of Sosa peoples, man. Not Sosa peoples, but Sosa son peoples. Yo, he said his son was crying and throwing up, bro. Like, yo, you got a child that look at you probably like a fucking god. He probably tells everybody, you know, why ain't he Sosa my father? And you go pull a move like this, Sosa don't give a fuck about nobody, yo. That's why so many people was in danger behind his actions. Go ahead. Come on, Chloe. That's why so many people was harmed by his actions, yo. Because he's moving careless. Back then and still today. Moving careless. Only thing matter is Sosa, man. That's it, yo. And that's a dangerous individual, yo. That's a dangerous individual to make your star witness. For real. Good luck. Good luck with the case, cause that's crazy. They fuck around get another YSL Woody type situation. Even though you know the feds ain't gonna play that game with him. Sosa think everything a game, yo. He thinks everything is a game. What the fuck is they doing? Hey man, what the hell? Move. But yeah, yo, Sosa's a dangerous guy, yo. Sosa's a dangerous guy, yo. Any person that only thinks of self, especially in situations that put other people in danger. And I'm not talking about this, because like I said, I'm just talking about when you just view Sosa as a whole and everything, you know, all the allegations surrounding him and everything he talked about. It's like, damn, bro, you just don't give a fuck, bro. You don't give a fuck. That man sacrificed anybody, man. That boy's son was distraught. Like, now one time in that interrogation room, did you sit back and think like, damn, man, my son, I didn't portray this image of a gangster to my son. Portrayed this image of a solid man to my son. He's gonna find out that I took this thing. That ain't something you can hide forever. You know, for the people that say, well, why did you break the story? Because it was gonna come out regardless. It was either gonna be a big story on Fox 45 or a big story on Keep It G News. As a black American man, I think y'all should want it to be a big story on Keep It G News first. Cause you see how they did it once they got it, they butchered it. You know, they made the whole situation saying like it was some stop snitching shit. Like, no, this ain't that. This ain't that, man. Sosa, for one, is a public figure. Sosa plays the internet. Sosa, that's what he does. So anything on the internet, when you deal with an internet person, that's fair game. It would be no difference if motherfuckers found out I was getting on the stand, and it'd have been no difference. I'm on the internet. But the news tried to make it seem like this was like a collaborative effort to like fuck up the case or, to free these guys. Like, no, that shit wasn't nothing that. Like I said, I don't know these guys that be trying to motherfucking free them. I don't. You feel me? None of that crossed my mind when the thought process went into putting out the video. It was all about, yo, what's up with Sosa? What's up with Sosa? Here it is. Everybody was asking. Here you go. This is what's up with Sosa. Simple and plain. Nothing more, nothing less. You feel me? Like, that's all it was. And it's just so crazy, right? That, yo, all the videos that we have did, all the stuff that we talked about, we didn't talk about the 35 schools, vacant schools that's in Baltimore. We didn't talk about No Child Left Behind. We didn't talk about how to fix Baltimore. We didn't talk about a lot of things involving Baltimore that if it would have gained this much attention, we probably could have made some serious progress. But they don't post none of that. They don't share none of that. Don't none of that shit go viral. But here it is. You got a slime ball that they try to protect as a witness and try to treat him like he's a victim. It ain't like he's doing this because he want a better community. No, yo, he doing this because his back against the wall, yo. His back against the wall, man. Them boys in Alabama trying to nail him to the cross. You heard me? I just talked to somebody locked up in Alabama that was dead time in Alabama, man. They'll say it's only two options in Alabama. It's either you telling or you going to prison. Straight up. That's why some people say there's so many rats down over there. Now you know why. What Honeycomb Brazy said, man, I was beefing with the biggest rat in the city. They're your only options. It's either you telling or you going to prison if you're a black man in Alabama, man. Sosa went out that bitch not knowing the laws, thinking he was going to finesse and finagle on some Baltimore slick shit, and got jammed up and couldn't take the weight. Couldn't take the weight. So he ain't doing this because he care about nobody involved. Yo, doing this shit so he can stay the fuck out of jail, man. That shit not cool, man. That shit shouldn't be praised. He's like, damn, yo, you just always find a way out. But nobody else do. Nobody else do. But he always find a way to, slide out of the situation. But everybody that's connected to you fail and falter. Man, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, yo. Sosa a dirtbag, man. Sosa a dirtbag. Loud as he always is. Why you want to do this secretly? Nigga, the first day you started cooperating, nigga, you should have went live from the joint, nigga. Know what I mean? You should have went live. Man, I just sit down and talk to them people, y'all. It's going down, y'all. I'm cleansing my soul, man. Y'all know I ain't trying to do a day in jail. If you gotta watch them guys, yo, that stay in and out of jail, they ain't never went to prison, man. A lot of them guys, yo, when it come that time, yeah, they gonna swipe left. You heard me? I'm trying to tell you. That man did a day in prison, yo, got all these cases, all these warrants and shit. Ain't did a day in prison. The first time prison was motherfucking right around the corner. Look what he did. It was terrible. Let me show y'all how the news painted this picture. Hold up. Let me show y'all how the news painted this picture, man, because I ain't like it. I think my man Fenton from the Baltimore Banner did a way better job. But he talked to me. But if they working in concert, They could have used some of the things I said too and added in the video. Outside of yo Sosa a rat. That's evident. You know what I mean? that ain't even up for discussion. That's evident. It was a lot of things said over the course of this topic that they could have used that had substance. Not no fucking Sosa a rat. We knew that already. But why I need Sosa's dirt bag, man? That's why, yo. Yo, Sosa ain't steal nobody bricks. Sosa is cruddy, cutthroat, conniving. You know what I mean? Sosa is the type of guy, yo, that you can't trust him. He the type of nigga that'll walk you into some danger. You know what I mean? If you want to know why Sosa is what he is and why he's going through what he's going through, because Sosa is the type of nigga that will walk you into some danger. So it's crazy that he's upset or feels some type of way about everybody turning their back on him. But it's like, bro, how many people you turned your back on? Guys like Sosa don't take accountability for nothing. Nothing is their fault. That's why I told you, you gotta watch them guys, yo, that lie a lot, that don't take accountability. They be the ones that'll put them motherfucking that'll close them jail doors behind you, man. They'll close them bars on you, man. Ain't nothing ever his fault. Go listen to his stories. It's always somebody else's fault. So, the news. I knew it was gonna get big. I knew the story was gonna get big. Not because it was like some protected information, because I didn't even know that. Like, if y'all remember the first video I did, I didn't even think they brought the case on yet. So that's why it was so egregious what the news did, because I didn't know Sosa was ready to take no stand. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that. I don't know nothing about this case. I knew it was going to get big because of who Sosa is. Sosa has a very large following, y'all, outside of Baltimore. You feel me? Anytime Sosa go live, it's going to be thousands of people there because he's entertaining. You understand what I'm saying? So, with him being quiet for so long, and then you got this bombshell of news of what he's really been doing, dropping, I knew it was going to take off. Man, I can't complain. I knew it was going to take off. I ain't know it was going to make the news, but I knew that, that was an option. But I just don't like how they covered it. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I was more upset at the people that was making it seem like I put fake paperwork out. Like, yo, that was crazy. I ain't see nobody, none of my normals say nothing like that. But a lot of them new people that was saying it, I was just like, man, y'all tripping. You think I'm putting some fake paperwork out on nigga? Yeah, see, I didn't know nothing about that, bro. Yeah, I didn't know nothing about no sealed paperwork. Whoever, only people that's at fault is the people that, was under the protective order. I'm not under no protective order. Bloggers and journalists release private information or privileged information. You feel me?
I'm Rick Ritter. And I'm Dennis Valera. Leaked court documents that have spread like wildfire online reveal a Baltimore rapper is a witness in a murder-for-hire case. And those leaks prompted witness intimidation and safety concerns for that rapper, all before a judge today. WJZ investigator Mike Callaghan live at the circuit courthouse downtown where that judge...
Look at how they try to paint this story. They try to paint this story like witness intimidation and safety. Yo, that man knows what he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? He knew Sosa been in the streets for a very long time. But I understand he been in the streets too at a very young age, probably even before I jumped out in the streets. You understand? Sosa is fully aware of his decision making. He just don't care. He don't care. Because if he don't cooperate, I'm sure they worked out some type of deal with him with Alabama. I'm sure. You know, a lot of people say Alabama ain't gonna mind. They worked out something with him. You feel me? Sosa ain't trying to do a day in prison. He did enough days in jail. He's sick. He want to come home. And if he got to take down the whole fucking West Baltimore to do it, yo, that's what the fuck he gonna do, yo. And that is a cutthroat, conniving person, man.
Trying to get to the bottom of this scandal, Mike.
Rick Dennis, it's quite the story. Our news partners at the Banner first reported on the leak and the hearing today. The case stems from two men who are charged with multiple killings, including that of a pregnant woman. The murder of Angel Smith stunned Baltimore in May 20.
My video had nothing to do with this. I hope this girl get justice for whatever happened to her. You understand? They tried to connect my video to make it seem like somehow that I'm in cahoots to, you know, like, nah, yo, I hope this girl do get justice for whatever happened to her, yo. My video ain't have nothing to do with her. At all. At all. Now, by default, it probably did. But that played no role in any release at all. But this is how the news paints the picture. It makes it look more egregious. Like you got this guy who's exposing a government witness and we're trying to get justice for this innocent pregnant woman. That's the picture that they're trying to paint. That's not reality. That's not what happened.
Smith was 7 months pregnant when she was gunned down in East Baltimore, along with her fiance, Yamel Montague. At the time, friends and family of the couple spoke candidly to WJZ Investigates about their grief.
There was a pregnant woman in the car. When is the violence going to stop? Angel was somebody's mother, and she was pregnant. You didn't know you were going to get gunned down to go walk in your home? That's your safe place where you go to sleep and be safe and be peaceful.
He's with God right now. God will judge you for what you have done, and there's no hiding from it.
It took several years, but prosecutors finally connected the dots, charging Cornell Moore and Keith Russell, alleging they took money to kill and are behind more than a dozen shootings and carjackings.
Cold and calculating nature of the alleged acts in these indictments must be met with swift and serious consequences. We're not finished. We're coming for all those individuals involved.
Enter Keith Ambush, also known as rapper YNE Sosa. Documents show he was cooperating with prosecutors and would be a witness at the upcoming trial, prompting people on social media to call him a rat and a snitch. Now those documents the court ordered sealed from public view have been posted online and seen by tens of thousands of people.
Yeah, YNE Sosa is a rat, yo.
So Sosa told on some guys, got some guys locked up.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, they painted the whole story, and it's yo, that's nothing compared to the bigger picture. You understand, yo? People snitch every day, yo. You know what I mean? That it goes on. You feel me? Like it's not late breaking. Fuck. Fucking shit keep flying out. It's not late break. What somebody tell. But when you got somebody like Sosa who he pushes this gangster shit to the max. He raps about it. You know, he do lives about it. You know, he tells these elaborate gangster stories. And when you see that same guy decide to now, after all these years, cooperate with the police, I think that's something that the people should know, man. Especially the youth. You know, because a lot of these young boys look up to these rappers, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, a lot of these young dudes think these rappers, these Baltimore rappers or your local rappers, they think they millionaires and shit. They look up to him. They want to be just like him. That's the most important dynamic about this situation. You out here misleading people with these gangster stories and this gangster music, but now it come time to lay down like all gangsters do. All gangsters lay. At one time, one day, you understand what I'm saying? It's gonna come a time, yo, when you gotta motherfucking put your motherfucking boots on and strap up, yo. You gonna have to go to that yard, bro. And when it come time for that, this is what you do. Not when all these things was occurring. Not when you was getting banged up. Not when Keisha Bell died. Not when your brother got killed. Not when all these other issues happen. You wait until you under indictment. You understand? That's the biggest part about this whole shit. You wait until you under indictment, bro. That's a dirtbag, man. If I ever seen one.
Fenton with WJZ's news partner, The Banner, broke the story and attended a court hearing where Judge Robert Taylor tried to get to the bottom of the leaks. The Banner reports Judge Taylor questioned defense attorneys who denied they had any involvement in those leaks.
Blurry? Thanks, bro. We clear now? How long we was blurry, man? Exactly, OC. It's like, yo, all the things that we've been talking about over here, yo, y'all, they twisted the story to fit a fucking narrative, man. I ain't taking part in no motherfucking witness intimidation plot. I don't know these people to care enough about that shit. I'm a blogger. I didn't blog good things about Sosa. I didn't always talk good. Yo, I wanted Sosa to win. Always. It's documented. You understand? So this ain't, I ain't this video to try to put no harm on this boy or nothing like that. Cause like I said, he was gonna take the stand regardless. So it was coming out anyway. So why I pushed this narrative that was what the attempt was to fluster him or intimidate him. No, it ain't nope. No, WJZ. Y'all did wrong for that, man. You could have found a lot of clips. The original video was private at the time, but I did other videos that was on this, man. Y'all could have took any clip, but y'all take the clip when he come to work. Yeah, he fucked us. He fucked everything up.
And questioned prosecutors about how they safeguard documents and why there was no watermark. Judge Taylor told the attorneys, "This is very upsetting to me. I issued the protective order for a reason. This is about people's lives. This isn't just about a YouTube video. People get killed over things like this." And the Banner quotes a prosecutor at the hearing today who said they've been listening to jailhouse calls and everybody is talking about this. We did reach out to the city state's attorney's office and we were told no comment. We are live in your corner at Circuit Court, Mike.
Yeah, I ain't like how they did that, man. That's why it's good that we got our own platforms and we can get our own narrative, yo. Because this is a prime example of how the news twist stories to fit a narrative. Just a prime example, yo. They twisted this story to fit a narrative, man. No, yo, that video wasn't about that. This video is about a lot of things. You know, snitching was a part of it, you know, but I think it was a lot of points they could have took out of that video that would have added some substance to this, you know, to this topic. You know, like my man Fenton did, you know. Because when I talked to him, I talked about how predatory the federal government is. You know, they predatory, yo, and they are aggressively attacking the black community. Aggressively, man. Hitting niggas with these RICOs that don't quite fit the, you know, yo, the shit that they doing is crazy, man. Like, you got people that's sitting in the feds right now that was only making $100 a day when they was on the streets. You feel me? Like, they ain't federal material. At least they shouldn't be. And then you got Keith Ambush, who probably just as dirty as the people that he supposed to be testifying against. But these guys are criminals and he's protected. How the fuck do that make sense? He might be just as bad, probably worse, morally, than the guys that they painting this picture of killing all these people and all these homicides. They painting them out to be monsters, and you painting this nigga out who sold his motherfucking family down the river, have sold them down the river as a victim, as somebody that should be protected. A case could be made that he could have protected people years ago. He could have been protecting people, when it wasn't no benefit to him. It was a time, he could have protected a lot of people and it wasn't no benefit. Wasn't no benefit. He wasn't getting paid. He ain't had no charges, nothing. He just would have been doing the right thing. But he declined during that time. So we not gonna paint him out to be some motherfucking innocent victim or nah, man. Cause I told y'all, I don't even think he taking it that serious as the news is. And that's just my opinion. Yeah, yo. But telling comes, and that's the thing too, telling comes with traits that's nobody likes. A lot of snitches lie. I guarantee if you talk to people close to Sosa, they tell you he's a lying motherfucker. A lot of snitches steal. They rob. We talk about it all the time. You can peep a rat way before they tell, yo. You just gotta know the signs. Just gotta know the signs, man. I guarantee, for the people that know Sosa personally, because I don't. But for people that know him personally, if you look at the signs that I be telling you that, that creates a rat, the lying, the stealing, a lot of them niggas be bragging. It just always want to be seen. Because snitching is selfish. I didn't name no. Come on, Sky. Don't come with that dumb ass shit. Snitching is a selfish act. Just think about Sosa right now. The mentality that he has right now is, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. But I'm going to send y'all. You think them niggas want to go to jail? You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to go to jail, son. I know you look at me like a god. I know I created this false image to you, yo, that I was, I was big Sosa, big Bethune, however the fuck you say it. I know I created that image for you. And I can't stand on it. Man, nah, man. No. We ain't doing that. Yo, but I ain't gonna make this live real long, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm ready to go have a drink, man. It's been a rough couple days. I ain't gonna lie. It's just been a rough couple days, man. I didn't receive threats. I didn't have my character assassinated by multiple people talking about, yo, that's not enough paperwork. Paperwork might not be real. It's like, bro, my name is everything. You feel me? When I was selling grass, yo, I wouldn't sell dirt weed, yo. If I bought some dirt, I'm taking that shit back. If I bought some bag coke or something, that shit goes back. I'm not selling that, yo. I don't want my name attached to it. Ain't no different than it is on YouTube. I ain't pushing no fake paperwork. I don't want my name attached to it. Because your name a lot of times worth more than money. And Sosa just ruined his name, at least in Baltimore. And I'm out.